Meeting with CEO has crushed me. I am not op. Original post by you. Call me Flapadap in R2X chromosomes. Trigger warnings. Condescending supervisor at work. Less than. Mood spoilers. Happy for op. Less than. And NBSP. Meeting with CEO has crushed me. February 17, 2022. I don't know where to write this. And I do not know what I am looking for. I basically just have to write this down somewhere to process it somewhere. I work for a company in Germany. I am new to this company. 4 months there. And also alone in my whole department. I am building it up. Last month we have acquired a new company. A French company. So we have a culture difference here. I was told that I will also need to work for that company. I do speak French. Not perfect but well enough to talk and joke around. The French CEO was visiting our office this week and today he requested a meeting with me. The meeting was horrible. Basically it was just him taking our work culture and me apart, all while smiling at me the whole time. We have home office, which is unreliable. We have flexible working hours, which makes no sense. I have no rules, no KPI, which is chaotic. However, at our company everything runs smoothly and honestly I am successful at my job. Feedback I got. He talked to me the whole time as if I am 12 years old. I am 32. And then at the end he asked me if I even have any experience whatsoever. I have 4 years experience. And last thing he says while smiling, this meeting has shown me that I clearly need to speak to your CEO. It honestly felt so condescending. I am a very fragile person. I doubt myself a lot. I am my own worst critic. This has crushed me. I can't switch off his voice in my head. I feel like a piece of worthlessness. Why did he smile the whole time? Why did he treat me like a child? Why do I let it make me go crazy when I normally get good feedback? I should be able to trust myself and my performance. No? Also the whole meeting was in French. I do understand almost everything, but why not speak a language that is foreign to both of us? English. Instead of making only me uncomfortable. He used difficult expressions and then asked me, "Do you understand?" Several times. During our first meeting ever I had asked several times if we could switch to English and he just said, "But you know French. That way you will learn," so I felt too shy to ask again. But to me this is such an odd way of thinking. It felt like his way of gaining more power. And NBSP. Update. Meeting with CEO has crushed me. October 4th, 2022. Original post. Update. My post is quite a few months old now and a lot has happened. The conversation with the French CEO had really crushed me. I was crying a lot. Then 2 months after I was in a meeting and I reacted apparently weird to a specific task I was given related to the French company. Immediately our CTO came to me after the meeting and I asked me why I reacted the way I did. I basically just said, should I confirm that with the French CEO before doing that? Anyway, CTO ended up pressuring me into telling him what happened. I had one tear rolling down my face because of the pressure. He was shocked and asked me in an ideal world what I wanted to make this better. I just said, I personally don't want to work directly with him. CTO said, done. 2 weeks later I get told that French CEO had been taken away decision power over my department. He is no longer involved. Fast forward to last month. My company's CEO came to me at the end of a workday. It was only him and me. He told me that he had heard about how the French CEO had treated me back in February. He hugged me and said that no one is allowed to treat me this way. Then he said that they have decided to find an agreement to part ways with the French CEO. They are still in discussions, but he wanted to tell me already because of what had happened. He confirmed I do a wonderful job. exceed expectations, and that if ever someone talks to me the way that guy did, to go straight to him directly to have this sorted out. As you can imagine, I am super happy at my current company. And NBSP. Reminder, I am not the original poster. Sounds like new CEO took a pissing contest with the wrong person. Great that OOP's bosses had their back and the fallout was on new CEO, not OOP. Imagine such a supportive work culture. Wow. This wasn't the only person he did this to. Well, check out the fancy trilingual people and their supportive work culture. God damn it. And I was having a discussion at lunch about how bad our management culture is here in France and how it could evolve. Or not. We have a horrible problem with that. From my experience, a lot of our managers were never trained to manage people. There are some Chinese techs who went up the ladder, and management is often seen as the only evolution possibility. But they were never trained to delegate, assess team problems, and so on. There are also people who are in it for the power and don't care about anything else. We still have a lot of companies or administrations where people think soft skills are something you'll learn along the way, or you're supposed to have anyway. I've seen, edit, and lived through pretty depressing things. My U.S. company bought a French company. Boy oh boy, did they act like it was the other way around. So many condescending meetings about everything from the cleanliness of a shop floor to the operating system we had adopted. My bosses kept me from the worst of it, but there was more than one meeting where I was basically scoffed at for asking if we could please speak English. I wish I'd worked for a place that cares about their workers enough to get rid of toxic management. At least this story has a happy ending. German work culture seems very strange to foreigners. We tend to work fewer hours. In the statics, I've found the least of all industrialized nations. The average PTO is nearly 29 days. Hours tend to be flexible. The only thing that counts is that you get the job done. If it takes you fewer hours, you're good at your job and deserve some R&R. We have a rather unique expression for the end of the working day, Feierabend, which means celebrate the evening. Sounds like that CEO was already on thin ice and OOP's tail was the last straw. From their reaction to OOP's initial mild comment, it shows they already knew the CEO was a problem. Reading it, I immediately thought OP was a woman based on how he bullied her. Then I realized from the original subreddit she definitely was. Glad her company had her back. Is OOP's company hiring? I speak German and French at about an A2-B1 level, and I can learn more. I am French, and hearing this does not surprise me at all. I have been lucky enough to be able to live and work abroad for the last 15 years, and I can tell you I never want to go back to work in France. I know it won't be the same in every single company, but usually management does not care about their employees as people, and think they are so much better and superior to all their subordinates. The separation of classes is still a big thing. I have had the pleasure to work in Spain a few years and now in Ireland. There is much less of a barrier between boss and employee. We are mostly people working together. We can sit together at lunch and talk about daily life stuff and joke around together. I have not lived in France in a long time, but this story comforts me in my choice of not going back. My husband worked in Germany for a French company. The work cultures are so different between the two countries, it's really hard for them to work together. The French don't understand the Germans, and the Germans don't understand the French. It's a hard dynamic to get past. I'm glad it all worked out for OOP. Worked for a French company and unfortunately seen similar happen to colleagues. I don't get why they have to be weirdly unprofessional this way to people outside of their culture. Sounds like the French CEO decided to be the French stereotype. I'm sure there are nice French people, but this guy wanted to be the guy you see in movies. I hate it when arrogant monolinguistic cultures just expect you to kowtow to their language. The English, Americans and the French are particularly egregious. Dude was just pissed his company got bought and he's not really the boss anymore. Is this company taking resumes? Asking for everyone. Now those are bosses worth going the extra mile for. Sadly, I've seen it twice now where directors of a taken-over company seem to forget they're now just employees. Senior employees for sure, but they no longer hold the purse strings or have the authority they were used to. In effect, they have a boss, and every single time they've overstepped and it's bitten them on the ass.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.